Oh my God, it took me half a year, but we're back and we're doing makeovers and we've partnered up to come back fully swinging with my friends over at Article.
I'm so confused.
Where this is located exactly is over on the Nowhere property that I've been working on creatively and collaborating here. It is one of 3 bedrooms that is located in a place called The Shop that is on the premises of Nowhere. This back room is not really utilized that much, even though there are 4 beds in total. It can sleep upwards of like 12 people because these are queen bunk beds. So because it's being underutilized and really it doesn't match the vibe of the remainder of the property, I wanted to come in and partner up with Article and create an epic master suite that also includes a closet. Bear with me. So I would love to formally introduce you to Brig. He is one half of the creative masterminds over here at Nowhere. He and his partner Bobby own this property and they have DIY'd it into what it is now. And I'm just coming in and helping and creative collaborating, you know, where needed. And so what Brig wanted to do is create this PAX IKEA hack closet system to go around the bed. So we started taping out if that was even feasible or how that would feel, having a king size bed and adding a PAX system to this room. First things first is we have to clean up and clean out, which we already did with the furniture for the majority of the part. Now we got to remove the trim because I want to take that tile out. Throughout the entire shop where this room is located, it already has the tile busted out and there's this like exposed concrete that is scuffed up and has kind of black marks, and it really doesn't bother me. It is actually going to be adding texture to the room that is more of like an industrial design Ace Hotel vibe. I do not want to get rid of this painting, so what I think I'm going to do is start to frame out the build out that I want to do and potentially keep some of this mural or turn it into something that's all black and going with a whole new color scheme, but you can remove it and you can have this painting once again. I do not want to paint over it. I painted over my guest bedroom one and I felt so guilty, but here over at Nowhere, I know the meaning behind this or who actually painted this, and I just want to keep it nice and special and intact. So if we can use it for the decor, I think I might lean that way as well. Ooh, I have not played around with the black bedroom in a hot minute, so I threw up some samples on the wall to let them dry completely while I started to figure out what I was gonna do for the headboard of the bed that is gonna be on this mural wall that is also going to be holding the IKEA PAX system that we'll be doing a little bit later in the video. I really love that I can save your time because I wasn't able to do that here. You see, I am putting 2 sheets of OSB up when I could just do one horizontally to be the whole headboard. But your girl went crazy and did all this unnecessary stuff with 2 pieces. Oh, I didn't cut the electrical outlet. God. But it got up there. I cut out an outlet opening and we're just not going to really talk about it moving forward. Allie actually removed the door and the door frame so I can come in and start to frame out that door to become a wall and scoot the door over to the left so we have enough wall right there to hold a PAX system. Before anybody freaks out, that is just held in with nails into a stud. So if we ever wanted to pop any of this off that you are gonna see in the after, legitimately that painting behind it will not be ruined. Instead of committing to black, I just went ahead and painted the black I like the most, which is called Little Black Dress on the headboard, which is the 2 pieces of OSB, which should be 1, to see if I liked it the next day. As I said before, I really want to utilize this space, and what you see me doing here is I am starting to cut out some 2x4s and build a frame because when you walk into this room, you just see this big back wall. In order to turn it into something that's functional, I'm going to be installing a frame at a height that is just above the fridge that I have and create not only an OSB accent, but a double shelf art ledge moment to decorate and also to cover this fridge to make it look more chic instead of just a fridge sitting in the middle of the room. Don't get me confused. This is, look, you can't see her face, but this is Allie. You can see her tattoos. People are gonna be like, she got an arm tattoo?
Show me
how to zip it.
How to zip it real quick.
I love having Allie right by my side and just teaching her things as we go. She really didn't think she could move a whole door, but fun fact, she totally can, and this is where it all started. So it's fun looking back on it now. Oh, there we go. I see it. I go, wow. Yep. Woo. There she goes. So she's gonna tear that away. There you go. Yep.
Noise. Look at that. She's moving a door.
After wrapping up the frame, I moved over and started to help Allie move this door. I mean, we built the frame to build the wall. Now we need to make the opening for the new doorway. So she was demoing that. I was demoing on the other side, and we just kind of tag teamed it. All right, now you can kind of get a feel. The door used to be here. Now the door will be here and you can walk in. Bed will be laying here. That will be a DIY-like storage accent piece. But what we're focusing on is the ceiling. We're gonna switch it from that like cream to a true white to really brighten it up. And I'm also doing this before my second coat of black. Yesterday I just got really excited and I had that paint, so I painted as much as I could, and then I looked at the ceiling and was like, oh, we should definitely paint that a pure white. Yeah, it looks so much better this way. It kind of looks like the exterior of their house. Yeah, so much better. Way, way, way brighter. Since we're really darkening this room, I mean, the left is all day. Ignore the fact that we moved the door. Just look at the difference with the power of paint for a room. It's already so sexy. After painting the ceiling and lightening that up, I took a breather and just stepped back and just saw what was, next. And really what was next was wrapping the accent frame that we just built in OSB and then building out this IKEA PAX hack. Before we move forward and you start to see the amount of OSB I'm about to implement into this room, if you do not like the OSB, please do me a favor. Imagine it's a different material that you do like. I am a huge fan of how the OSB started to look when I started to wrap this accent. It is gonna be a little heavy-handed for some people. You will see what I'm talking about later on. But again, just imagine a material you do like. I love the OSB. In my personal opinion, something that makes the OSB look a little bit more chic is just taking the time to sand off the black ink, and that's why you don't see any of it on here. So this weird non-used nook has now turned into a fully functional shelf situation. Like, we just made a fully functional space out of that little awkward sliver. I mean, so much different of a use of a space now. You can see I did a bottom shelf there, but not over in that corner, and that's because there's gonna be a hidden closet. And I don't know how far that's gonna open, so I just spend my time DIYing what I know is gonna stay true. And also, check this out. We totally did it right before sunset. All right, we didn't do anything special with the PAX systems on the left and right hand side, but what we did do is attach some 2x4s to where the quote unquote nook is going to be for the bed, and supported it with 2x4s all the way around by DIYing a frame and sliding a PAX system horizontally above the bed to give us above the bed storage in a wraparound closet. All right, well, good morning. It's like 7:30 right now, and I just kind of wanted to show you what we did yesterday. We were prototyping with some OSB, seeing if we wanted to DIY our own covered doors. To obviously bring this in to make it more design friendly, instead of having just like 3 PAX systems sitting how it was, we capped it with OSB to make it look like one solid piece. I love having the doors open in the middle. We are not sure what we're gonna do here, and then we're gonna have them open in the middle here. But so far, I'm actually really enjoying this. Like, when you pan over to here, I thought this was gonna look crazy all OSB, but it's really not. And I do love, like, this OSB drags into the bed area. We were looking at the frame on the inside of the nook being exposed, and I was like, we could totally pop in 2 recessed lights right there, add 2 switches, and even some plugs, so we have some form of a nightstand. And Brig had the idea to build out skinny nightstands that kind of go with the OSB theme and kind of keep it one cohesive piece. So that's what you see me running electrical for, is a plug on each side and a switch on each side to control a light that will be going above each of our heads if you were laying in the bed. I have used this light fixture in a lot of makeovers, but I really liked this white on white. It also has a ton of bulbs. Ooh, and obviously I didn't wire that right. There was a hot wire a little bit exposed, so I went in and fixed that. And now that it works perfectly, I also put it on a dimmer, so you can control the amount of light, since it does have a ton of bulbs, and you kind of want that option. While I was working on the campfire, Jude, Eric, and Brig handled making the doors, adding the hinges, which I linked below for you, and even doing the above the bed PAX system with custom MDF that he had left over. over, just cutting it down and nailing it into place. We also covered the hinges with these gold pieces that Brig found at an antique shop, just to make it a little bit more design friendly. All about the details, baby. We took a 4-inch hole saw and went ahead and drilled a hole for me to place these recessed lights that do not require a can, that I wired for, one above each side of the bed that I mentioned that was attached to the switch. And voila, we just popped that into place. I'm gonna have a more detailed video coming very soon in the trailer, but these are easy install. My friend Woodbrain actually did it over on her channel too. But how stunning does that look? Taking a step back and really just freaking out that there was no storage whatsoever in this room before, and now there is one PAX system on each side of the bed, and then all that storage in the above unit, which is just mind-blowing. I love it. I didn't want to frame the new door in until that PAX system was complete, so we know we have enough space for the walkway. But once we had that figured out, I just started reframing, which I've done here before on my channel for a guest room makeover, for the appropriate proper length for a door. And then instead of doing one that opens, we are actually going to be doing a sliding door later down the line. But first, I needed to patch this wall up and spray texture it to make it look like it's always been there. And if you mess up like I just did here, just blot it down. And what I really need to cover up is right there, right? It's too much. This is on a finer setting. And we just go not up on the ceiling, but that will flush to that. That should be good to paint. Let us see. Do you remember the door that we moved? We're painting it now at like 11 o'clock in the shop. After the spray texture was all nice and dry, I went in and continued painting that little black dress, which is the color to the room. But on the exterior, which you see me moving to and adding trim to, I'm gonna be painting this color called Heavy Metal, and then the trim is Broadway Black. But the inside of the room is just little black dress. Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't think that the outside should match the inside of this master suite? Well, let me change your mind real quick. Bobby and Brig picked up this brass sliding door hardware that is absolutely stunning, and a vintage door. I can't even with them. They are just, oh, love it. Once the track that the door was going to be sliding on was installed and I liked where it was at, I moved forward with drilling the holes into the antique door that they picked up. And I was very nervous about this because, again, you don't have a lot of chances here, specifically on a door such as this. Oh, I see. Oh my God, Rachel. A little bit too small. Ugh. I'm so defeated. I'm so defeated. I mean, as much as this thing was gonna deflate me because a lot of things are going left, right, front, and center, at the end of the day, the only thing I needed to do was trim off just a little tiny bit off the bottom of the door. Little fun fact, after all this struggle, I was wondering why it wasn't closing, and it is because this door potentially might be too thick, so we need to figure out a solution for that, because without those little nuts on it, it slides fine. It's legit just that spacing. Because there is no door in that door frame, there is no cap, and we decided we were going to do walnut, but fun fact, walnut is insanely expensive, so the walnut that we did get was minimal and we used it elsewhere, so we decided to continue that OSB. We went back and forth on painting the floor white or painting it black or pouring epoxy on it, even coming in and using a grinder, but after everything was said and done, we realized basically this entire room was going to be covered in rug, and you'll see maybe 2 inches of floor, so we decided let's just clean it as much as we can by scraping it and just using an actual like concrete cleaner, rinse it out, get it nice and ready, and leave it as is. Hello, my beautiful people. I am just popping in here with my tiny microphone to say that we have partnered up with Article for the remainder of the year to do some pretty out-of-the-box makeovers, including this one that you guys are currently watching now. I have partnered up with Article on a decent amount of makeovers here before. One in specific with the couch that I'm actually sitting on from the makeover is like my dream office lounge makeover I did a couple years back. I am such a huge fan, hence why I am so excited. So I will card and link all the makeovers we've done previously before, but let me tell you a little bit more about what I did for this makeover and a little bit more about Article if you do not already know. I really have to stay focused when I head over to their site because there's just so many things that I want to be adding to my cart. So when I zoomed in on the bedroom, it was easy to curate something so stunning because of the variety that they had available for me to choose from. I definitely stuck within the walnuts and the red tones. They have anything for any style. I decided to go the layering rug route because just how can you pick one of Article's rugs? I chose the Sakara Sahara rug and the Casa Cowhide in brown. This is the second time I have used this bed frame by Article. It is the Bossy Walnut bed frame in a king size. I used it in the white previously, and it has this walnut veneer frame with solid wood legs, and it has this minimalist style and almost appears to be floating, which is really rad. I am pulling that black and white theme down to the ground by placing this Naro black side table, which has an Italian Carrara marble base and a powder-coated black tabletop. The piece de resistance, though, in my opinion, is this divan daybed in mist gray, and what I love most about it is that it comes with a set of 2 cushions and 2 backrests, which they're both reversible back cushions. You can move the backrest so that you can configure it any which way that you like, and I believe that you can fully take the cushions off and this becomes another sleeper for somebody.
Article ships to just about anywhere in the United States and Canada for a flat shipping rate of $49, and you also get free shipping if your orders are over $999. To get that quality of product delivered directly to your door with the assembly being reintroduced into the United States slowly, it's just a win-win in my opinion. If you guys are interested in incorporating some Article pieces into your space, whatever it may be, go ahead, click the link down below and just get lost over on their site.
I do just want to say thank you one more time here because really this makeover wouldn't be what it is without partnering up with you and utilizing the furniture that you have available on your site. So if you guys are interested, be sure to go ahead and click the link down below and just explore all that is Article. Above the fridge moment, we are going to be doing a gallery wall, and I started taping it out to make sure that I liked the layout of the things that we ordered. You can also see that a painting of some color is going to be the focal point on this wall, but everything else is going to be black and white.
Man, I cannot get enough. I cannot get enough of the light. So, fun little fact, we ordered all of this before we measured and put it on the wall. So it's pretty funny that it is working out perfectly. I'm gonna fill the empty voids with some texture like wrenches or some cool 3D popping out since we're doing that a lot. I also started, this is facing backwards and maybe you can or cannot see, but I also started styling some of these situations against the artwork that is custom to the room. I mean, here's a little sneak peek. I honestly think we're creating our own little style over here. I don't even know what it's gonna be called, but absolutely gorgeous, and I'm completely and utterly obsessed. This, we wanted to do the gallery wall in black and white when it comes to photographs because the main color on this wall, pulling from this rug as well, is this painting that Brig got in Paris, and it is absolutely stunning. So we wanted this to speak for the entire gallery wall and pull all that color from the room up to the wall. All the other photographs will be black and white.
Now you guys finally get to see how I'm incorporating color with the detail. So on the gallery wall, we're adding some 3D dimension with that texture from the wrenches and the motorcycle helmet. And then also you see a huge pop of color with this painting by Brig over on the right-hand wall that is just larger than life and stunning. And then we're gonna be adding these blackout drapes because the sun does set over here, but they are actually a denim color. So there's your pop of blue. For the wall that had the little AC unit on it, I didn't want to do too much, so I opted to do a skateboard shelf, which I've DIY'd here on my channel before. You pop some anchors into the wall to hold the weight of what you want to put onto the shelf. This time I'm just using some different brackets.
I'm doing something a little bit different. I decided to link chain to the macrame to kind of add like a masculine and feminine to it. There's that industrial feel being pulled over into the corner with that femininity, the softness of the macrame. And then I added a little like Ford Mustang thing right here and we'll add a second plant up there.
Remember those side tables that I mentioned before I was wiring for? Well, Brig and Jude actually did them off screen for me because I was working on another project, and you know, the teamwork makes the dream work. So I came in and just started to use some Danish oil to really just make that walnut shine. On top of that, with the things we are wiring in this room, I replaced the screw plates with screw-less plates. It just looks a little bit better in my opinion. The divan daybed is also a sleeper. Like, you can take all the cushions off like I mentioned before. So given there is this like back portion that isn't being utilized 24/7, I opted to just nail together a couple of pieces of OSB and put a 2x4 on the corner for support to then use that as a little couch sleeve to use as a decorating moment. I had found this huge old school C-clamp that I opted to pull that blue from the drapes in by clamping in some blue bound books, and then I placed that right in the back corner to again bring these unexpected details to moments in areas that you didn't necessarily think of before. Now, don't get me wrong, the sliding door is gorgeous as it is on its own, but we need a handle. And so right now, because I'm not sure if we want to do a wrench or not, I thrifted this crystal knob to add some chicness and this femininity. And then I also decided to cut out a hole at the top to add a thrifted peekaboo, like a little door knocker on one side, and then you open it on the other to see who is home. Let's talk about the closet, shall we? Right now, there is no hardware because I was in the process of designing my own that I'm going to make. And so I just started to kind of pop in some bins I found from Target, even though I had to drive 2 hours to go to a Target. Like, what the heck is that about? And I didn't want to put heavy duty hardware on every single door since the room is kind of overwhelming in itself. So what I did was take my jigsaw and just cut out a tiny little nook that is the size of a piece of faux leather folded on itself. And then I screwed into the side of the OSB door just one little screw and that fake leather tab to create a minimalistic drawer pull, essentially.
This was not just gonna remain empty back here. We ordered this really beautiful, well, what looked to be a very beautiful headboard online, like a leather cushion. So if we wanted to like sit back, this would hang up like this. However, this was insanely expensive and it's plastic. Also, this is considered stuffed and it's definitely not. But just so you guys get the hang of what's gonna happen, I am going to be hanging, once the new one comes in, a leather cushion across the back. But just so you can see what I'm talking about, this is supposed to be genuine leather. And when it was unboxed, it went and ripped off itself. And real leather does not do that. So that's the reason why I'm not using it in this makeover. It's just such poor quality for how much was spent on it.
Hands down, this is my favorite part of this entire room. I'm not even kidding. I love welding so much that I decided, you know what, let's go with this whole motorcycle auto mechanic type of theme since it's a McQueen Master, and let's half lap joint, cut it out with our angle grinder, 2 wrenches, place those suckers together and make an X. And once I was happy with how those overlapped, I went in and I welded them together. I also decided to add some nuts to the back for easy install later and like a hidden install. I welded up 3 of those and I decided to take them back to nowhere and clean them up a bit with my angle grinder and like a sanding pad on it to make my joints look a little bit nicer, not so clunky. And then I cut those suckers right in half because now that X is gonna look whole, but it's actually, in fact, 2 door handles for the closet sets. If there's one thing I wish I could do is teleport you guys physically to nowhere so you guys could walk through and see what a crazy creative compound this is, and that's what I tried to do with the remaining details to this room. I mean, come the actual F on right now, people. Can you even get over that before and after? We wanted an Ace Hotel suite inspired room, and I swear this is the perfect blend of everybody that was involved, plus the main goal of the room that we had originally. It totally is, in my opinion, a full-blown little hotel suite with a closet, a mini fridge, and even hidden compartments for Topo Chico and some bar mates. You know, I mean, I can't get over it. What gets me the absolute most excited is the fact that for the people that this room is intended for, they are beyond excited. They are absolutely in love, and we're all kind of just melting over it. And that's really, at the end of the day, no matter what room makeover you do, how you do it, how much you put into it, if you're absolutely stoked on the outcome, no matter if you transformed one wall, a nook, or the entire thing, that is all that counts. If I were to go back and change anything, honestly, it would be to just remove the OSB on the inside of that door frame. I think that might be a little bit too bulky, and we could have done either slimmer, or we could have framed it in walnut, or we could have done just a really nice flat black trim. Oh my God, you guys. I know I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again, but we are back, baby. Oh, it feels so damn good to just be making over some rooms with you and showing you my real creative, complete brain. Thank you so much, Article, for being right there for your broad, and I can't wait to show you the projects that we have up our sleeve. I will see you so damn soon. so soon for our next makeover, baby.